I think I'm live now. I'm waiting for my co-host, and I'm just sending her a link so that she come again, and we have a live discussion on childhood trauma. And I'm just opening my Zoom. I don't know I'm live yet or not, but I think I'm going live back. And we are usually we talk about uh, trauma or on we do basically whenever we are talking on our uh, our uh, our YouTube schedule for Thursday basically, and on Friday we do again Instagram. But that last time our internet was not working properly, so we have to we have to go for the Instagram, and I'm waiting for my co-host that and hope whenever she join me, we'll start and we will have a session and we will have a discussion. And I would like to say thank you to everyone who is watching us, who is listening to us, and who is giving their uh, feedback. And I am so glad that we are trying to make some difference. And Colette is also working on an app, and very soon we will share some detail about that app. It's on GoFundMe. Yeah, she is here. We will share some detail about that app. Just here and just. Hi,
Hi, Neela.
can you? Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. Let me make you co-host already.
Okay.
So yeah, co-host. Yeah. In case of any kind of problem from my side and your side, we'll be here already. So how are you? And you're looking very amazing today. How was your day?
Busy. Still trying to collect funds for the app. I've been speaking to a few app developers today, so I've got some prices and ideas as to what's going to happen, and what to expect, what I expect. And so yeah, it's been quite an eventful day today. I haven't stopped, so I'm really, really tired. I'm on my bed speaking to you, and as soon as I've finished, that's it. TV's on, the computer goes off, my phone goes off, and it's family time because it's the weekend and I love it. How are you? How's your day been? Anila?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay, so before you, I was just talking to because you also talk about the app that you are developing. I will just talk a little bit about that you are working on an app and that is going to help a lot of people. And we make sure because over here we just don't want to fight with people. I think we have a lot of organizations for that. We have lawyers for that. We have those who are lawyers. They can do that fight, and we have justice system already over there too. But our job is to raise awareness. Sometimes people are not aware of their rights. Sometimes they are not aware of their children's rights. Sometimes children are not aware of their rights because last when we were talking about that last time, the question came in my mind again that if some child want to register himself over there or just as child want to have some kind of information, do you think that you are going to give access to those people also, those children also, or their guardian will use that? Because that is important information, that who is going to use that information. Or because sometimes you also know that social service, whenever some police came to you or whenever any social service came to you, parent don't won't let you talk to that, or they want you to be there when you're talking to that. So you're not able to say the exact real state of you with that authority. uh, what would you suggest over here, or what you are thinking about that? Because that is something very important, and our all discussion is based on that too, all the time.
And Well, this is one of the reasons why I'm developing this app, because we can find out who's got the ball, who dropped the ball, who didn't follow up on calls, who didn't do their job properly. Everything is to be logged on there. So there's lots of things that's good about this app, because I don't think a lot of professionals are going to like it, because it's going to keep an eye on what they're doing. But as far as I'm concerned, if you're doing your job right, then you shouldn't have any concerns. Another thing that really boils my blood is the fact that this app should already be out. It should have already been implemented by our government, but for some reason, they shy away from talking about childhood abuse and trauma. They don't like talking about it because it means that they've got to do something about it. And I'm just here to give these children a voice, because nobody else seems to be listening to them. And if that means taking it all the way to the government, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
And there's one thing also over here. If sometimes I feel that okay, they know that something is happening over there. Everybody knows. For example, if something is happening in your house, you know that what is happening in your house. You will get familiar with what is happening in your house. But why you will ask your daughter? Suppose your daughter is doing some kind of fun in your house, and why you would stop her? You will just go and ask her to close the door. Like it's just an example. Things are happening over there, but they are just putting a lot of dust on that so that they don't have to go and work for that. you know or you don't get, like, for example, they don't have to put more effort into that. They just want to go, and they just want to go everywhere. They just want maybe to do paperwork. Maybe they are being lazy. They don't want to get too much sometimes. And there's something else too. They are putting things on school is putting on them, and they're putting on law, and the lawyers are putting on some other things. So it's some kind of fight is happening over here. One person is blaming other person is blaming other person, and at the end the child is suffering the most over here. And
And
we are just
that's the
we need to
problem,
understand
isn't
that
it,
the child is
Anila?
very. Yeah.
That is the problem. That's the problem. You've got so many professionals that can be involved in a child's life because of whatever circumstances that child is with these authorities. And when something bad does happen, it's, well, it wasn't us, it wasn't us, it wasn't us. Nobody will take the blame for what happened. And then it's just swept under the carpet. There's no repercussions, there's no consequences, there's nothing. So we've got these children dying, and we've got these children slipping through the net. Yet the people that are allowing this are not being, called out about it. And again, this is what this app will do, because we need to know what you did when you went into that house. Did you meet with any form of aggression from the parents? Did you speak to the child on their own? Did the child express any concerns? Things like that, things that, yeah, it may be a little bit more paperwork, but at the end of the day, we've got to think about children here. We've got to think about their childhoods and, the innocence of these children. And if the adults are not going to fight for them, who is? And that's my stance on it all. I survived for a reason, and if that reason is to bring the government to task for what they haven't done in order to help these children, then so be it. I'll do it. I'll raise my voice. I don't care. It's anything to protect these children. And if I stir up a few hornets' nests, then that's fine. I don't care. Enough's enough now, and I'm sick of everybody blaming everybody else. And then after a couple of days, it's not thought about again. It's swept under the carpet until another case arises. And it's like, oh, so that child was under social services, that child was under so and so, and the same thing over and over again. but then it's exactly the same ending. That social worker goes on to their next case. You know, forget the fact that they've just let a child slip through the cracks and let a child die, or, you know, let a child become hugely traumatized. You know, they're just given another case to be given. But again, this is another thing for the app. It's a case of, you know, we do know that social services are under a lot of pressure. I get that. I get that they have a lot of cases that are on their desks. You know, they're doing the work of three people. I understand that. But this, again, this is where the government needs to come in and put in proper authorities that can help, will work alongside social services. So social services can actually, you know, zoom in on the children that really, really need them. And the other authorities that are put into place would be there to help the family, you know, if the family can stay together, then work with the family, you know, things like that. So it's a no-brainer, really. It's just the case that the government just don't want to go near it, because if they start talking about it, then they're going down that rabbit hole, aren't they? And you know, they've got to, you know, explain why child abuse is so rife at the moment and why so many people are getting away with it.
And the thing is that, like, since you're talking about that, we also need to understand that this application need to work. You know, people are, or maybe authorities are so much into those fights that they're not even thinking about rehabilitation side of that. That these children need rehabilitation. These children need psychologists. These children need therapists in their school setting, in their house setting, or maybe in foster home. That is very important. And over here, sometimes, like, we're not just talking about people, children who are orphaned or who don't have parents. Sometimes a lot of things are happening with children who have parents, and parents are applying for those things. Parents want to have some kind of justice for their children, and even they are paying a lot of taxes. Like, these government organizations are running by the money that you pay through your tax. you know that money, pay they are getting, that is actually your money. So they are
This is
your
it,
servant.
yeah.
You're not their servant, they are your servant, and that institution or that organization is because of you,
Mhm.
because you
And
are there.
and also, it's, I mean, being you know, working with children, you know, you've got to love your job in order to be in it, because it's a profession where you're working with children, whether that be teachers, nursery teachers, social workers, health visitors, it doesn't matter. You know, if you're working so closely with a child, then, you know, it's everything has to be logged now, because what was happening was the fact that nothing was happening. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. I don't know.
Because since you're not in the we are not in that, because we don't have that intention to start dissecting them. Our intention is to just help them out, to help us. We don't want to blame them, we don't want to fight them, we don't want to expose them. That is not our intention, and that was never our intention. People do that. I have seen a lot of people who maybe sometime they would blame authorities for certain things, they will blame certain people for certain things. And everybody need help, actually. The school also need service, social service, and social service also need parents. Without having a combined approach where
This
everybody
is
can
it.
work together, you can do nothing.
I mean, a lot of child abuse cases is down to lack of communication. You know, like you say, with the school and social services, there's lack of communication there. You know, the school and the police, again, lack of communication. Once the school seems to pass it over to whatever authority it needs to be with, then the school then is like, well, you know, we've done our job, we don't need to, that's it, we're done now. And no, it's not. You're part of this cycle of protecting this child now. You've raised that issue. Now it's down to you to put down on this what you did, who you spoke to, what you were expecting from this person, and whether this person, have you followed up with this person to make sure that this person has spoken to the child? There's so many things that's going to be included in this app that there's absolutely no way a child can slip through the cracks unless people start lying. So it's, again, I keep saying it's a no-brainer. It should have been done years ago. It just really bothers me that, I'm 45 now, and I was under social services from the age of 2 months, and they are still failing children. 45 years of my life that have gone past, and social services are still failing children. They haven't changed. Nothing has changed, and what we've got to remember as well with social services is social services is a branch off from your local council, and that council is paid by the government. So this is why it all goes back to the government, but nobody thinks about that side of things. It's a one way of looking at it. Social services are to blame, and you've got to think, hold on a second, what help have social services had from the school, from their local council? Had they got funding? Because the council gets all the funding for all these authorities, and it all comes down from the government, and the government needs to know what we, like you say, as taxpayers, what we are actually spending our money on, because social workers are not the money that we're spending our money on, and it needs to be, we need to be training, retraining, re resetting people's minds to the fact that, if a parent comes to the door and refuses to speak to you, then you go away. No, you don't. You don't go away. You stand there and you pursue it. This again, and this is where I think, body cams should come in, because that's a backup for social services when they do come to, access the app, and they can download the video that, of these parents stopping this social services from entering the property. So, there's so many things that can be done to protect these children, that it's like, I don't understand how nobody else has come up with these things before. I see a lot of people now talking about going into schools and teaching children. We've been saying this for ages, haven't we, Anelia? For some time now, for some months now, we've been saying that, we need to be getting into schools. We need the children to understand what abuse is, because if the adults around them are failing them, they need to know that there is some sort of output there, whether it's a teacher, whether it's a neighbour, whether it's, it could be anybody. you, these children need to know that they need to know what abuse is, because a lot of children don't understand that they're being abused. So, it's, again, it's just saving our children, isn't it? Anila, are you there? She's done it again, hasn't she? Anila's internet kept running low, so just waiting for her to join us again. Yeah, let me just talk to you a bit more about the app that I'm setting up. Like I said, it's accessible for the professionals that are involved within a child's safety. I've also got a GoFundMe page. Obviously it's under my name, Colette Elliott. So anything, and even if it's just £1, £2, anything will help. Obviously I'm raising these funds for the app, because the app isn't for free. I have to pay for it. I have to get it up and running. I have to get business accounts, all sorts. So it is going to cost £1,000. Whatever's left over in the kitty, once the app is up and running, and let me just say that once the app is up and running, there will be proof of transfers and things like that. Nothing could be held back, and whatever correspondence I receive, I will be sharing it. The status of the app, I will be sharing. I will be sharing it all with all of you. Whatever money's left over, will be put to children's charities. So, it's okay. Let's see. Is Anila back?
Yes, I'm back.
Hi, Anila. I just carried on chatting whilst you was gone for a little bit. I
I'm
was
back.
talking about my GoFund, talking about
Yes,
the GoFundMe page. So hopefully, I need to generate a lot more for that because that hasn't got up and running just
I
as
think we,
yet.
we should give the I think we should give the link in this description also, so they can go
Hmm.
there.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Thank you. Like I said, I will share receipts and transfers and whatever correspondence I've got from the app makers, the app developers, sorry. I will, keep you informed on the status. Everything will be out there for everybody to see to show that this money is being spent on the app. And like I said, whatever money that's left over will be given to children's charities. So, okay, Neela's gone again. I don't know where she's gone. Her internet is really, really bad at the moment, folks. Just remember that Anila is in Islamabad, so she has rolling um blackouts and her internet isn't as good. Sometimes her internet will be switched off, and there she is. She's back.
Yes, I'm back. So, since we are talking about different aspects of and trauma, sorry, this recording thing. So, I would like to say one thing over here. Whosoever want to watch this and whosoever is watching us, I think this is a recording also, and we would like to have that recording portion about GoFundMe and why we want to develop that app. Kulak, can you give again the description because I'm recording that portion over here about
Okay,
this app that you're trying to develop, and we will share that video along with the details of the GoFundMe page.
I can do that, no problem. Okay. So this app that I'm developing, the app will be purely for the use of professionals. Um, it will be for the use of professionals. It will also be put in front of the government. The app is to help prevent um and help tackle child abuse, help child trauma. Um, Sorry, Anita, can we do that again? Can we start that again? I completely lost it then. Can we stop that recording and do that again? Anila,
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
can we stop that recording and do it
I
again?
can hear
Because,
you.
yeah, can we cut the recording? Because I need to do that again. I completely lost all train of thought then. So,
Can you hear me?
can we? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Anila? Okay. So just waiting for Anila to come back on.
I'm again here. And when I'm not on, you can still talk because you will be still live because since you are also
Okay, I
co-host.
need you to,
So
we
this
need to,
meeting is not breaking. It will be live over there even if I'm go and even if you go. So
okay then, can we restart that then?
we are going to put the detail of GoFundMe page under the description of this video, and we will also put the description of
Okay, Anila's gone again. Hello, Anila. Okay, so the app that I'm putting together is to protect vulnerable children and to prevent childhood abuse and trauma. And what will happen is this app will be available for professionals, i.e., social workers, health visitors, doctors, teachers, anybody that comes into contact with a child that may need help. This app will then feed into a system where that child will have its own file, and whoever comes into contact with that child has to log on to this app and basically logged down what's been said, what's been done, what the plan of actions are, who they've spoken to, whether they've followed up on anything, just so basically we can see that who had the ball and who dropped it. If anything happens to this child, what happened, where did it happen, why did it happen?
and
The GoFundMe page that I'm setting up, obviously this app, it costs a lot of money to put together because it's not just an app, it's a business, it's everything in one. And we're putting something together to put forward to the government here, so it's something that's it's not just some little whim. It's something very important. So the GoFundMe page is there to help pay for the app. What I will be doing is, once the funds are in and the app is up and running, I will be posting receipts, I will be posting transfers, I will be posting any sort of contact that I have between myself and the app developer. I will keep you updated on the where the status of the app is. Everything will be shared because I've got nothing to hide. That money will be going on the app. If there's any money left over in the pot, then that will be distributed to children's charities. Obviously, because what we're doing is for children. So if you can just, even if it's just a couple of pound, or, anything would be, I would be deeply grateful for it. And the children that this app will help will also be very, very thankful for your help, because I will be putting it out there that it's you lot that's helped me get to this point. And if you help me with the GoFundMe, then you will be thanked, and I will be thanking you personally. So please, whatever you can, if you need anything, if you need like a business proposition or anything like that, anything whatsoever, please do contact me. And inbox me. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram. So come and find me. I'm on LinkedIn. So yeah, come and find me. And yeah, I'd love to talk to you about it. Possible investors, You know, that'd be amazing if I could get an investor involved in it. Just remember that this app, like I said, it's not a whim. It's something that's there to protect vulnerable children and to prevent childhood abuse and trauma. You know, it will work if it's used correctly. It's a bit of a downer that somebody like me, you know, has to come up with this strategy to help the government when the government should be thinking of these things themselves. You know, this is something that the government should automatically have in place, but they don't. So yeah, I don't want to ramble on too much about it. And I can't really say too much about the app at the moment, but what I will say is it will save children. It will save children's lives. It will hopefully cut down the abuse quite a lot. And yeah, that's yeah. So please do if you can.
Now I'm on 3 places. I have to leave this.
Anila's back, but I can't see her. Hi, Anila.
Yes, you can see me from 2 different sides.
Hi, oh, hold on. I'm clicking on you. No. Oh, I've got 2 pictures here. Okay, I've got 1 picture. Anila, hello, are you there? Why does this always happen to us? It's like there's forces in play that just don't want to talk to each other sometimes. Yesterday we tried YouTube and it just wouldn't allow us. Yesterday we did Instagram and it just kept throwing us off. It's like somebody doesn't want us to talk. Anila, hello.
Yes, you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We are here. Yes, we are here. So, but we are going to put the link of GoFundMe page in our description, and when we will share the video, we will also share the link. And I would like to say to everyone that once we develop this app, we are going to implement that model to other nations too, and we would like to do that. And we
Yes.
want everybody to take advantage of that. And please try to understand over here that whatever we are trying to have, we have to put our egos on side. I'm talking to everyone. I'm not just talking to parents. I'm talking to authorities. I'm talking to social workers. I'm talking to doctors. I'm talking to teachers. I'm talking to schools who have schools. That uh, please help us out to do those things. And we want to come to you. We want to have some sessions with you. We are always available for that. When it comes to children, we are putting ourselves behind and we are working for them. So I think with that, you also need to take some rest. And let's uh, close our YouTube discussion and we just let's do our one-to-one discussion after that. So, is there something that you want to say that then I'm going to, you know, yes, then I'm going to turn off the live button from the YouTube.
I've said everything. I don't think I've stopped chatting, to be honest with you, Anila. You keep disappearing, so I have to keep it going and I'm chatting and
I know that. But thank you so much for having the amazing co-host. And I think the important part is, and now people try to contact me. They want to have something with on local level also. And I'm happy that the discussion that we are trying to have is creating a lot of impact. So with this, I'm going to take off from the YouTube family and see you in the next discussion. And I know that the sessions are sometimes because no matter whatever we do, the sessions are going to have that distraction over here too. So see you in the next session, and I am going to put the link of GoFundMe page in the description also. Thank you. Let me take